Hello, welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Resident Culture Brewing Company out of Charlotte, North Carolina. This beer is called Sea of Flowers. The description on the can says, fresh hopped Pilsner hopped with freshly picked Centennial from Crosby Farms in Oregon. Excuse me. So I'm a big fan of wet hopped beers, and not just that, but one of my good friends in Pittsburgh who gives me a lot of the cans that I do reviews for on this channel, the Pittsburgh breweries. He grew Centennial hops and gave them to me, and I brewed a beer with those, like a two-hearted clone. So that's why I really want to get this, because this is the same type of thing, freshly grown Centennial hops. But that one was, like I said, a two-hearted clone. That was supposed to be a traditional IPA. This is a Pilsner with those hops. But I do love Centennial, and I'm pretty excited to see what this tastes like. It is 5.0 ABV, and yeah, that's about it. So we'll see how this goes. Whenever these guys do Pilsners, they're generally, traditional. They do saws and those type of things, which, that's what a traditional Pilsner is, so it makes sense, and I like that. But I'm really interested to see how this turns out with not only like a traditional American hop, but like a fresh hop kick to it. So, looks like a real traditional Pilsner, really nice, lighter golden color, completely, you can see completely through it, with a nice fluffy white head. That smells so good. It's very lemony and herbal, which is kind of, I don't want to say the definition of, but the characteristics of Centennial is a very floral type aroma. Like if you've ever had Bell's Two Hearted, it is like fruity, but it's also very floral. You get that in this a lot. It's very lemony and floral at the same time. It just smells so good. This is one of those beers that's like, I guess to me, this would be the ultimate compliment of Pilsner, where it's super complex but tastes like nothing at the same time. And I know that's a weird thing to wrap your head around. Not you. I mean, I am trying to wrap my head around that same thing. But it's kind of what I get out of this, because it's like, really bright, citrusy, a little floral, some grainy, bready, doughy character, but you get all of those like up front, and then boom, like that, it's just gone. It's just gone, and your mouth is just dry as hell, and you're like, well, what happened to all those great things I tasted? Oh, well, it's gone? Well, I want to taste them again, and then you pick it up and you drink it again. Like, that is the mark of a really good Pilsner. This is delicious. And this is a really good example of making an Americanized Pilsner. And when I say that, I'm just saying that because of the hops that are used, not necessarily any, the brewing, the way they brewed it, the malt, anything like that. Just saying the hops they use. This is a very good example of making an Americanized Pilsner, but doing it so well that it's incredibly crisp and everything else, that it feels like just a tiny little titch different than the German like traditional style, and that's what this is. This is honestly, this is maybe the best American-made Pilsner I've ever had that was pretty true to the German style, but also used American hops, if that makes any sense. Other than doing like a U.S. grown sauce, like I don't count that because that's still that was originated in Germany. I'm talking about hops that were originated in the United States for the specific reason to make U.S. style beers, IPAs, blah blah blah, whatever. Oh, it's so good. Uh, I'm a big fan of Centennial too. I don't love it. Well, it by itself in this it's very good, but by itself in like an IPA, I don't. Other than Two Hearted, that somehow finds a way to just be it pulls every little last inch out of the qualities of that hop somehow because Bell's is that good. Um, But like Founder Centennial, I used to like it kind of, but I never really loved it. And now that it's like a very just old school type beer, I just never dug it too much. But Centennial in a blend of like Centennial and like Simcoe with a blend of new school hops just works so well because there's so many different levels of flavor. Excuse me. But this is fantastic. I could crush this all day. And I tell people that all the time. I mean, Resident Culture makes really good beers across the spectrum of beers. But I think they make really good stouts, barrel aged stouts. They're still kind of growing into their boots, for lack of a better term, with those. They've been more known for IPAs than anything because that's really what they started with and everything, and I think they do a really good job with that. But I really think that their wheelhouse above anything is their lagers. Some of their lagers are some of the best lagers. So some of the best lagers I've had from American brewers in period. And this is another example of that. This beer is fantastic, and I would absolutely buy this again. I don't know what I'm guessing. This is like $14. That's usually kind of their standard rate for their lager 4-packs. I bought one can of it, and I think it was like $5 for a 4-pack or for one can, which that's the markup you're gonna get. So, on my scale of buy, drink, dump, this is absolutely a buy. I would for sure buy this again. Really, really great beer, and you should check it out too. But I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.